And back home, British exit from the European Union will affect the flow of finances from UK to African countries. However, Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich says Kenya has sufficient resources to stabilize any financial impact that the financial flows may create.
It's too early to make an assessment at the moment. Of course, the currencies, the sterling pounds began to weaken. A weakening of the sterling pound means a strengthening of the Kenya shilling in a way vis-a-vis the sterling pound. So there are impacts on that with respect to our exports to UK and imports from UK. So in terms of the goods, the flow of goods. And so we are monitoring just to assure you that the government and the country has sufficient resources, forex exchange resources that they can use to stabilize any impact that may create, that the financial flows may create.
Well, away from that Brexit vote, the chairperson of the Disputes Tribunal in the opposition Orange Democratic Movement Party, Edwin Sifuna, has staged an internal coup and declared himself as ODM Secretary General. The move comes 3 days after embattled ODM Secretary General Ababu Namwamba and National Vice Chairperson Paul Otuoma accused party leader Raila Odinga and Chairperson John Mbadi of sidelining them in major decisions involving the party. Namwamba and Otuoma warned that they should not be taken for granted since they were neither guests in ODM nor slaves of anyone, adding that they have got options.
Any one of us who feels that they have had enough with the Orange Democratic Movement and that they feel that they have nothing more to give to the party, we are wishing them well. We know that they have been our good friends, and it's sad that we have come to this particular point when we have to part ways, but we will trudge on because that is the nature of life. People come and go, but the party and what it stands for and what it wants to achieve will remain forever. So we are here to fill that vacancy. I want to tell the members of the party that there is no longer a shortfall of personnel in the office of the Secretary General, because from today, I, Edwin Sifuna, is the Secretary General of the party, Orange Democratic Movement.
Well, from the ODM party politics, let's now head over to Mombasa, where the electoral body IEBC commissioners are currently meeting, and our reporter Francis Ontomwa has been closely following that up for us. Let's link up with him, see if we can get any information with regards to the meeting. Thank you for joining us on Newsdesk. Francis, I understand that the media was locked out of the meeting, but if you've been able to gather anything with regards to the agenda of this meeting, kindly keep us up to speed with that.
Well, that's right, Akisa, and yes, we are still camping at the Pride Inn Hotel here at the Nyali area here, where the IEBC are having a closed-door meeting discussing affairs that have everything to do with the electoral body. Of course, this meeting comes amid a lot of speculation and, of course, a lot of affairs that are shrouded in mystery and many Kenyans will actually want to know how some of these issues that have been dogging this electoral body are going to be panning out. At the moment, we have not been able to speak to any of the commissioners, but we understand there are a few commissioners in this particular meeting. And the only person that we managed to spot at that particular meeting is Ezra Chiloba, who is the CEO of the electoral body. But we have not gathered anything coming from this meeting. But of course, this meeting, as I've indicated, Akisa, it's coming against a backdrop of a lot of discussions regarding some of the commissioners, the split that is at the top of the IEBC, with some commissioners, of course, having reports saying that they have already expressed interest to go the resignation way, though we have not really gotten the final bits or the final details of this particular meeting. But there are sources who are also telling us that this particular meeting will also be discussing budgetary allocations of the 2017 general election. Those are reports that we are getting on the sidelines. But we are yet to get an official report coming from this particular meeting, Akisa.
All right. Francis, as you continue to gather bits of information on what is happening there at the meeting, we'll definitely link up with you later on to get more information on the same. Francis Ontomo there joining us from Mombasa, where IEBC commissioners are meeting. And as he says, the media has been locked out, so there is not much information with regards to what really is the agenda of the meeting. But as Francis said, with some people speaking to them on the sidelines, they will be discussing the way forward for the commissioners with all the issues dogging this particular electoral body at hand, and of course the budgetary allocations to the commission, even as the country heads into an electioneering period. Moving on, relative calm has returned at the Kisumu-Nandi border, even as the Kenya Red Cross Society is responding to the humanitarian needs of those displaced by the tribal skirmishes that have now claimed 4 lives. According to the Kenya Red Cross Society, an assessment has been done and the distribution of non-food items has kicked off. Kenya Red Cross Western Kenya Regional Manager Benson Simba indicated that almost 80 households are affected and are camping at Achengo Orphanage Home in Muhoroni constituency. He says another rescue center will be established in one of the primary schools in the area to accommodate more families who are fleeing from their homes following renewed attacks on Wednesday night.
Sogor could not contain his emotions. His relative Philip Oweke is no more.
All right, we'll definitely be bringing you. Welcome back. You are watching KTN News Desk. Now, former Chief of the Defense Forces Julius Karangi has been appointed as the chairman of the Kenya Airports Authority. Karangi will replace former Inspector General of Police David Kimayo, whose appointment has been revoked by the President. Kimayo's appointment is contained in a Gazette notice dated 23rd of June. Kimayo was appointed as the Kenya Airports Authority chair on December the 31st. Uhuru also made other appointments that saw former MPs being rewarded with jobs in state corporations. Ronald Osumba, who contested the 2013 elections as a Kenya National Congress, Peter Kenneth, running mate, has been appointed Youth Fund Board chairman. Former Changamwe MP Ramadhan Kajembe is the new Kenya Ferry Services chairman, while politician Raphael Tuju will chair the Lake Basin Development Authority. And here is just the Gazette notice of Uhuru firing there Kimayo, who has served as the chairman of the Kenya Airports Authority for 2 years, for about 2 years, since December 2014, when he was fired as the Inspector General, then appointed the chairman of the Kenya Airports Authority. And this here is a statement. Uhuru Kenyatta, President of the Republic of Kenya, appoints Major General retired Julius Waweru Karangi to be non-executive chairman of the Kenya Airports Authority, effective 24th of June 2016 to 1st January 2018. And of course, as earlier mentioned, there has also been some appointments that were made there to former MPs and the politicians to various boards in the country. Well, British Prime Minister David Cameron there making his first address after the results of the Brexit vote, where 52% voted to leave the EU and 48% voted to remain. And that is our top story this hour. We'll also be taking a look at some top stories up next on KTN News Track. But many thanks for joining us on KTN News Desk. My name is Akisa Wandera. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and keep it KTN News.